Okay, no need for music. I'm back. You know, this is one thing that bumped you off the air. I don't get it. I really, really, really don't get it. Okay, I was doing a show. I'm in the middle of a show. And then all of a sudden, this thing's going to come along and bump me and stop me from doing my show. And I have no idea why. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't even move. I'm in the same place that I was before. But no, it bumps me right off. Just bumps me out of there. So I guess I got to pay attention to the damn screen to find out if I'm still on or not. You know, that's a bad thing about a lot of these programs. You know, they don't let you know what's going on. You have no idea what the hell's going on. And it sucks. So anyway, after I was rudely interrupted, and yeah, I'm going to say rudely, and I hope you hear this, Spreaker. I ain't paying you all the damn money I'm paying you for nothing. And you don't even allow people to call you, no phone calls. But you're going to have this dropped audio crap. Just like right now. Just like right now. I don't even think I'm live right now. Which is bullcrap. Anyway, like I said. So now, Israel, like I was talking about, is going to be being surrounded. Look at all the countries. Look at the map at where Al-Qaeda and ISIS and everything are all taken over because all the cowards from those places are putting down all their weaponry and taking off. Because they're scared. Ever since the Saudi king died, they're all giving up and they're throwing in the towel and leaving. That's bad news for the United States and for Israel. Very, very bad. Now, I can already see where this is going to go. We're going to be the ones that are in the middle, and we're going to fund both sides of that war. Yep, you heard it here first. We're going to end up funding on both sides of that war. We're going to go over there and help Israel and act like, oh yeah, we're here to help you guys and whatever, and we'll do whatever it takes while we're sending the guns and the ammunition and everything to the enemy. You think I'm making it up? Go ahead and look on YouTube. Take a look at all the videos. Tons and tons and tons of videos of weapons being dropped. Oh, we just happened to drop it in the wrong person's hands? I don't think so. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think that's the case whatsoever. I really, really, really don't think that's the case whatsoever. But do your own homework. Look into it for yourself. See what you come up with. See what you find. I think you might be surprised. And I'm not going to say pleasantly either. That's not going to be a pleasant surprise for anybody. It's one of those things, I'm telling you. One of those things. Now, I understand the Saudi king, you know, he was an old man, and, you know, his time was probably up, and he lived a long life and everything, and, you know, a lot of people say that he had nothing to do with any of the, any of the terrorist organizations, Al-Qaeda and, ISIS and all that he was really fighting them. You know, the biggest mistake that the United States did when they got involved with all this crap, and we first went over to Iraq and started fighting with these guys. biggest mistake that we did was by capturing and killing Saddam Hussein. That was the biggest mistake that they ever did, because he had those guys in check. They were all scared of him with good reasoning. With good reasoning. But he had them all in check. You didn't see all the crazy, chaotic crap that's going on like it is right now when he was over there and he was in charge. No way. Nope. Them guys were all in line, and you didn't see no craziness. They weren't acting fools. You would never have heard of all these kids and women getting killed, and and then people from different religious beliefs being killed. You would never have heard of that. Say what you want about Saddam Hussein, but he had a stranglehold on his country, and he ruled with an iron fist. So now, where do we stand? Where do we stand with all the crap that's going on right now? I mean, now Russia, they got a little treaty going on, and Russia and Iran, they're buddy and whatever. I mean, I could just see this going in a very, very bad direction. Especially since Russia keeps coming to our coast, cruising around, just flying by. And then they're out in our waters and everything else, even though we allowed them to come to San Francisco and dock in our docks. But I mean, what's going to happen next? They're going to start bringing their ships over here and allowing soldiers from Iran, Iraq, wherever, let them get off the damn ship. Well, it wouldn't be Iran, but let them get off the ship and let them just jump in the water, and then all of a sudden they're on our country and we got more sleeper cells here? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. People, we have some serious issues and serious problems on our hand right now. And we have to learn how we're going to tackle these. But like I say all the time to Becky and other people, we have to figure out which one to tackle first. Good luck trying to figure it out. I mean, right now, we're so far behind, and the odds are so stacked against us right now. I mean, we're that underdog, that David versus Goliath. That's us right now. That is us. Our military wants to dominate us, wants to take away our guns, wants to take away all of our freedoms, wants to take the Constitution and throw it right out the damn window like it was never anything, like it's just a little piece of paper that you took, off of a piece of chewing gum and throw it right out the fucking window. Sorry about the swearing, but that's why I got the filter on. But, saying that this is a show that kids shouldn't be listening to, though I hardly ever swear. But I mean, we talk about it all the time. Our government doesn't care about the Constitution anymore. I mean, certain people in our government might. Obama doesn't care about it. And if he does, he's got a funny way of showing it. It's sad, people. It's really, really sad. So now, we have to stand strong with one another, and we have to keep fighting this good fight. Look, I'm going to tell you what I've been doing, okay? I don't know what the hell our future has in store for us, okay? And it's quite scary. Now, I've said many times, I really don't. What happens to me really doesn't make a difference. I'm going to make my mark on history and on life, okay? I'm not the best parent in the world. I'm not the best person. I'm not the best husband. I'm not the best at what I do for a living. But you know what? I do the best I can every day. When I wake up every morning, you can bet your ass I'm going to try to be the best at whatever I do each and every day, with God's will of allowing me to get out of bed and to be able to get up and go to work and do my job, and allow me to come home to a family that I love so much and that I care for, and a wife that I love very, very much, and kids that I love. Yeah, I'm having a bad time with a couple of my kids right now. A couple of my daughters, they're older, and, they think they know what's best in life. And they feel like they know, what they're doing or whatever, and they choose not to speak with me, or, choose to find me not to be so important. I have issues with that, but I'm still going to keep going. I'm going to still keep trying to do the best that I can every day, and I'm going to keep coming in front of this microphone and sharing with you the information that I get when I get it. I know I got a big bullseye painted on me. You know what? Because if I didn't have a big one painted on me, a lot of people would be doing what I do. But a lot of people are scared to do what Becky and I do. There's not too many of us. I mean, there's some shows that are out here that I guess they call themselves news and media and whatever, and okay, but they're not patriotic. They're not constitutionalist. They're none of that. What they are is they're people that are giving you, like third and fourth rate news. They're taking news from other broadcasts, putting it out there for you, and adding their own little twist to it. What you're actually getting from a lot of other people is mainstream media, but with an alternative flip to it. A lot of people will not tell you information that they fear might get them in trouble or arrested or whatever. I mean, I know a lot of the stuff that we talk about is very, very borderline. But you know what? We're not breaking any laws. But nobody wants you to know the truth. The government don't want you to know. They don't want you to know half the truth about any damn thing. Because if they did, they wouldn't stop from giving it to you. Nope. They sure wouldn't. Sure would not. Alright, I'm going to play another song. This is actually a collaboration. It's PTP, Stephen Grant, and, oh man. God, I can't remember his name right now, but this is a collaboration of the three of them, and it's called His Story. So just like history, but his story. Let me know what you think.
Turning out young people as clones of our sense of reality we want them to have, because they won't be controllable. And we'll call it education. And it means that we'll take children from their parents at a very early age and we'll keep them there about 5 days a week at least, all the way through their formative years, and we'll pound them every day with our version of reality.
Burn your history books, kill your TVs. What you're being fed is disease. You are being led to dis-ease. Wake up your consciousness, live free. Burn your history books, kill your TVs. What you're being fed is disease. You are being led to dis-ease. Wake up your consciousness, live free. Everything you've been told is a lie. It's never questioned and we get old over time. Slaves to the system, I won't step aside. You have 3 visions, open your eyes. Drones in the sky, UFOs by their side. Anunnaki control, there's nowhere to hide. War and famine's profitable. No releases of cures for diseases, cause you won't be in the hospital. Santa Maria came over with 2 other ships. Star family's on board, but you don't hear about none of it. We're stuck in this public front of a government. Do what they say, not what they do. Well, I don't wanna sit. Stop paying taxes, eat local, gain wisdom, seek global. Don't let the system control you. Remove the blindfolds for your own view. Burn your history books, kill your TVs. What you're being fed is disease. You are being led to dis-ease. Wake up your consciousness, live free. Burn your history books, kill your TVs. What you're being fed is disease. You are being led to dis-ease. Wake up your consciousness, live free.
Wake up, America, you passed out. Hey, yo, wake up, can you hear me? Yeah, you blacked out. And that's how these corrupt cash cows created a black cloud. Now they acting like they don't wanna back out the black house. Yeah, we getting killed while the president lasts. They created a system that was destined to crash. It's gonna fall, and when it does, it's gonna come down fast. And we gon' need a lot more than just our bug out bags. These gun-free zones say it's safe to walk. You can't get raped or robbed. If you do this, wait for cops. Maybe not, just pray to God you can just stay calm. Meanwhile, shots are going off in the Navy Yard. From here to Kenya Mall, how can we tolerate it for any longer? Ain't it time that we make a call? We can't evolve and there's no hope for survival if we don't start to wake up and begin to open our minds up.
Next Wednesday night. I'm gonna get hammered.
At a young age, taught to obey. Kill your brain cells, soda benzo 8. This is Plato's allegory of a cave. We're living in the dark, imprisoned in our ways. Like sheep in a herd, we go about our days. You don't really know where your tax money goes, but debt gets higher and you have nothing, so a revolution's needed to grasp what we know. Storm Bohemian Grove on a late summer night. Disrupt the party and stay for the fight. A century of lies can't change overnight, but a start can happen. With a spark I'm rapping, let's march for action. Play a massive part when the stars come crashing. From the eye in the sky, turn on the panic. Put on your mask and smile. Release your heart from sadness. Burn your history books, kill your TVs. What you're being fed is disease. You are being led to dis-ease. Wake up your consciousness, live free. Burn your history books, kill your TVs. What you're being fed is disease. You are being led to dis-ease. Wake up your consciousness, live free.
These manipulators know it's an illusion, and they know we're creating it through our minds, and so they know if they program our minds with the right illusion, we'll create it physically. And the education system is massively, massively part of that. That is why we are pressured from cradle to grave not to figure it out.
Welcome back. I am your host, and welcome back to Rage Against the Regime podcast. I am your host, Bobby Who's the Man. You know that. You hear the music in the background. I know it's kind of cheesy. I do it all the time, though, and it's like, oh, it starts to get old and old and old and old, and I know, and people are like, whatever. Everybody's got to have some kind of gimmick, though, you know what I mean? So that was the third song that I'm playing by PTP today. But that was actually PTP, Stephen Grant, and is his name Illicit? For some reason, my brain is stuck on dumb right now. But I can't remember. But the name of that song was His Story, and very, very good song. It's a little bit older for PTP and Stephen Grant and them, but very good song. So, what I'm trying to figure out right now is, I know a lot of people that are still big-time believers in the regime, the current regime right now, and, their big argument right now with everything is, look at gas prices. Well, look at the gas prices. When anything bad is said about Obama, they automatically go and point at the gas prices. Well, look at the gas prices. Look at all of the good things that Obama's done for our country. Look at the gas prices. Okay, there is no argument there. But he has nothing to do with our gas prices. Okay? I've told you guys a million times, and I'm going to tell you a million more times until I'm not on this planet any longer, or whatever. All the presidents of the United States have bosses just like everybody else. Okay? If it be the Rockefellers, or the Rothschilds, or George Soros, or, the list goes on, and take it all the way back to the money. Follow the money. Okay? You want to know who's in charge of this country? Take it back to the money. Go to Bohemian Grove, go to Bilderbergs, the Jesuits. It's all the people that have the power. The people in charge of the banks, people in charge of the treasury and the money and all that. That's your big time people right there. That's the bosses that are pretty much telling Obama what to do. Now, I'm not saying all the bankers and all that, but like I said, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, George Soros, that's all the evil entities right there that are the ones that are really controlling everything that's going on. You guys ever get a good look at George Soros? Ever get a good look at his face? He looks like Jack Nicholson when he played in Batman, and he played the Joker without the makeup on, and he had that weird looking smile, and it looked like he had some kind of surgery done on his face. It's kind of what he looks like. Man's got a lot of power. I don't know if he knows anything that's going on in this world because he's so old and everything else, decrepit. But who knows if he even knows what the hell's going on. They say the man's got a ton of power. Look, Becky can't stand the president, okay? I can't say that I like him either. Rage Against the Regime, I wouldn't have named it that. But I'm also a believer that when Obama first took office, this country was not in such great shape. Let's be real about it. This country wasn't a place that you could just walk into and it'd be a turnkey operation and everything's running fine and let's keep it running that way. No. Anybody that would even say that it was, you're goofy. Seriously, you're goofy. But things have not gotten any better. And all the things that he stood up for when he was running for president, and things that he said he was going to change and he was going to do, just like, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Every damn speech that guy did, it said the same damn thing. If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Bullshit. Bullshit. And then there's people out here, like, take for instance me. I don't even have insurance at my work. They don't offer it. I've tried to get insurance from, I can't even tell you how many different places. I looked it up on so many places, people trying to tell me about this website, that website, whatever. They're all full of crap. Okay? Every website that I've been on, even Obamacare, I went on there to look. I wouldn't give them any information on there because all those websites have been hacked so many times. I would never share my information on there. I know a lot of people that say, hey, I got the greatest deal ever, and I went on there. They lied to us. Okay? And people that had insurance with their companies, and they've had the insurance for 15, 20 years, their plans all got changed up, and now they can't even afford insurance any longer. Some of these people. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody didn't get the raw end of the deal here. There's a lot of people out there that got a way better deal. I'm not one of them. Thankfully, my son was allowed to get insurance just recently. My wife don't even have insurance, I don't believe. Look at these some of these other countries. One of my daughters lives in Canada. They have free insurance and healthcare and stuff up there. Look at Gaddafi in Libya. All the people there. Free insurance. I was talking to you guys about all the things that are going on in Libya. The guy gives free education, free medical. When you go to the hospital and all that, they take care of you for free. Free medical, free healthcare, free. Oh, they give you a house. What more could you ask for? They take care of you and get you started as long as you go to school and all that type of stuff. And they give you pretty much everything that you need over there. The way that I learned about it, I watched a video on YouTube, and it was talking about different countries and stuff like that. And then they had one about each country by itself. So it was one that talked about all the countries, and then they had like a second video, but it was for each country. So there was I don't even know, 100 and some odd videos. And it was kind of like a bio about the whole country and everything that the country does for their people and what they offer and everything else. And I couldn't believe what Libya does for their people. Now, we know Gaddafi's got a super, super bad rap. But you can't knock somebody that takes care of his people. You can't knock somebody that's giving people insurance and, and helping them with education, allowing them to get it for free, and then, helps them get, houses and cars and all that type of stuff. As long as you go to school and as long as you're, doing something to better your life. Are you kidding me? I wish we had something like that here. The crime levels would be lowered. You wouldn't see all these people out of here trying to rob each other and kill each other and, over stupid crap and trying to make money and whatever. And, I mean, the list goes on and on. I don't need to say more. You would see more people getting educated. You know it as well as I do. And it's really, really sad that our own country doesn't do something like that. I mean, like I said, Canada, they give, free health care. And, I don't even remember all the free things that they give. I know if people have kids and stuff like that, they give them a lot of money up there. I mean, handouts, I don't believe in handouts. I believe you should work for everything, But as long as you're going to school or you have a job or whatever, and you're trying to take care of your family, and make sure that they have insurance and stuff. What's wrong with doing stuff like that? I don't see anything wrong with it. I really, really don't. Things that make you go, Alright, I'm going to play you some Stone Sour, Absolute Zero.
Show you the truth, and I don't need a reason to lie to you.
This is the Rage Against the Regime podcast. Call or text your opinions to 256-344-7287. That's 256-344-7287.
Alrighty, welcome back. This is Rage Against the Regime podcast, and I've been covering a lot of different issues, and that's, that's really about it. I don't really have a whole lot more that I want to talk about right now, even though I could keep going on and on and on and on. I wanted to do a little bit of catch up, break a little bit of news and, share some information with you guys, some stuff that I've been falling upon. But, I thought that it was kind of important to, talk about some things that are going on. You know what I mean? And that's really, really about it. Let's see. Maybe talk about some things that we have not talked about yet. And then I'll close out the show. I guess last night, Facebook was hacked. Facebook and Instagram went down worldwide. I know that it was, they were blaming it, they were blaming it on all things on the asteroid. And it went down for an hour. But some hackers came forward and said that they were responsible for doing it. Now, I really don't know what to say, okay? So some guys from some online group called Lizard Squad claim that they were the ones that did it. I have no idea. So, I don't know if they did or they didn't. I really don't know. I do know one thing. I know that Lizard Squad was the guys that hit the Malaysian Airlines, Sony, and Xbox in, the last month and a half or whatever. And I guess they're the ones that have been responsible for all those things. So, they're the ones that are saying that, that they did this. Now, I read that the asteroid was the thing that was responsible for it. So, I don't know. I guess there's been a shooting in Arizona. A police officer's been shot today. And the officer's in critical condition. So, I don't know. I guess we're going to be finding out. Let's hope that that's not the case. And then there was something about some big military deployment or movement today that I guess that they're moving some ships around out at sea, some aircraft carriers and stuff. So that's going to be some really, really interesting information to find out why there's so many aircraft carriers and stuff on the move into out to sea. And I guess China killed how many people? How many terrorists? China killed like 6, I think it was. 6 or 8 terrorists. I mean, I don't understand what our government's waiting on. But these guys were guys that made threats, and, they were guys out doing terrorist acts and stuff like that. And China said, you want to play those games? Here, let's handle it like men. Took them out.